you look over here, that goose.
Yes, I thought it was a swan. Yes, this thing here.
Swan. It could be a swan.
Let me see what it means. What's the letters?
Vidiamine. Vidiamini.
V. Is that an I or an L? That's an L. Are you sure it's an I? No, it is an I, right? V-I. Is that the same word? So it's the same word twice? Hold on.
Yeah, that's the same. Is that the same word?
Yeah, but now it's upside down. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, see.
Look at that. It is the same word, too. Videa. Yup. M-I-N-I. And
I was talking about eagle. Okay, but the way their traditions are, it might not be eagle. Just as long as the wings are represented. Now, that swan could be their representation for the bird.
Or it'd be a hawk, like Toph, because the hawks are really symbolic. Because, like, if you look at the type of wings they look like hawk wings. Hawk wings. Harvard, no. I'm trying to wish.
Did it say Harvard in your search result?
Yes.
That's probably true.
And see, look at those wings. Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. They might not. Let me see. So they could be. Let me see eagle. Let me see eagle wings. Eagle. We'll find out what kind of wings they are right now. Eagle wings. And no. Oh, look at the eyes on the eagle wings. No, there's eyes on the eagle's wings. But no, that's not it either. They're too thin. Let me see the swan then. Swan wings. Goose wings. Yeah, we're getting closer. It is one of those seabirds. Goose.
Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to read what I got here for the Invisible School or College.
Okay, I'm gonna unshare so you can share.
No, just keep it on there.
Okie dokie, cool.
Okay, the Invisible College has been described as a precursor group of the Royal Society of London, consisting of a number of natural philosophers around Robert Boyle. Now, Robert Boyle is the guy I was talking about who
heard of him.
He caused a lot of controversy among researchers and scientists when the Royal Society started. So, now the concept of invisible college is mentioned in German Rosicrucian pamphlets in the early 17th century. Ben Jonson in England referenced the idea relating in meaning of Francis Bacon's House of Solomon in a mosque, the Fortunate Isles and Their Union, and Their is Their, from 1624 to 1625. The term accrued currency in the exchanges of correspondence with the Republic of Letters. In letters dated 1646 and 1647, Boyle refers to our Invisible College or our Philosophical College. The Society's common theme was to acquire knowledge through experimental investigation. 3 dated letters are the basic documentary evidence. Boyle sent them to Isaac Marcombs. Boyle's former tutor and a Huguenot, who was then in Geneva. Francis Talents, who at that point was a fellow Magdalene College, was a fellow of Magdalene College, Cambridge, and London-based Samuel Hartlett. The Royal Society started from groups of physicians and natural philosophers, meeting at a variety of locations, including Gresham College in London. They were influenced by the new science, as promoted by Francis Bacon in his New Atlantis, from approximately 1645 onward. A group known as Philosophical Society of Oxford was run under a set of rules still retained by the Bodleian Library after the English Restoration. There were regular meetings at Gresham College. It is widely held that these groups were the inspiration for the foundation of the Royal Society. Another view of the founding held at the time was that it was due to the influence of French scientists and the Montemor Academy in 1657, reports of which were sent back to England by English scientists attending. This view was held by John Baptiste du Hamel, Giovanni Domenico Cassini, Bernard Le Beauvoir de Fontenelle, and Melchizedek Thevenot at the time, and has some grounding in that Henry Oldenburg, the Society's first secretary, had attended the Montemor Academy meeting. Robert Hooke, however, disputed this, writing that Cassini makes then Mr. Oldenburg to have been the instrument who inspired the English with a desire to imitate the French in having philosophical clubs or meetings, and that this was the occasion of founding the Royal Society and making French first. I will not say that Mr. Oldenburg did rather inspire the French to follow the English, or at least did help and hinder us. But 'tis well known who were the principal men that began and promoted the design both in this city and in Oxford, and that a long while before Mr. Oldenburg came into England. And not only these philosophical meetings were before Mr. Oldenburg came from Paris, but the society itself was began before he came hither. And those who then knew Mr. Oldenburg understood well enough how little he himself knew of philosophic matter. On 28 November 1660, which is considered the official foundation date of the Royal Society, a meeting at Gresham College of 12 natural philosophers decided to commence a college for the promoting of physico-mathematical experimental learning. Among those founders were Christopher Wren, Robert Boyle, John Wilkins, William Broker, and Robert Murray. At the second meeting, Sir Robert Murray announced that the King approved of the gathering, and the Royal Charter was signed on 15 July 1662, which created the Royal Society of London, with Lord Barker serving as the first president. A second Royal Charter was signed on 23rd April 1663 with the King noted as the founder, and with the name of the Royal Society of London for the improvement of natural knowledge. Robert Hooke was appointed the curator of experiments in November. This initial royal favor has continued, and since then every monarch has been the patron of the society. Now, Robert Hooke was the curator of experiments, and what that meant was all of these inventors and all of these scientists would send their papers to him, all of their experiments, and it was his job to freaking test them and find out if they were actually scientific and they worked. So when they did this, there was a lot of accusations that he stole their scientific
research.
Yeah. And he even bumped heads with freaking what's his face, Isaac Newton.
What?
Yeah, Isaac Newton.
This Robert Boyle guy did?
Yeah. It was suspected that Isaac Newton stole the only painting or picture that Robert Hooke had in it because it just vanished in all of his papers.
That's crazy. All that intellect and still the pettiness.
Yeah. And Robert Hooke, he didn't understand the math. You know what I mean? He was pragmatic, I guess you could say. He did his research without math, and a lot of the scientists back then were moving towards the direction that Isaac Newton was going, where they were using math and stuff like that. So he had the math behind him. So a lot of that stuff was actually given credit to him. So
to septentrional. Okay, so I have. Look, and then when I look it up with the I, it keeps bringing it back to the E. First, you see, I saw something that says that this is the German, originally established in Germany. You see these boats? This boat thing? Is that not like similar to the boat that you showed me the other day? Does that not look like it? Look at it. It's minus the house on top. But maybe the house is behind it. But you see that boat thingy right here, right? And then this septentrional thing. It says that they operate in Nevada and is a designer and manufacturer of high-end multi-frequency GNSS receivers. And that to me,
you also have to remember that could also be Noah's Ark.
Yes. I see what you're saying.
Be a representation of Noah's Ark, which I didn't even notice that until you brought it out.
It looks just like those pictures. I would like to know why they're upside down, like they're opposite. And goose, snakes eat mongoose, or mongoose eat snakes. The mongoose eat the snake. That's a mongoose, and that's a snake. Mongoose. And now we got to see why is it upside down.
There's just so much going on in there. It's amazing.
It is. And it's almost like that's a mongoose. Oh, I thought a mongoose was like a different form of a mongoose. It's just wild. These things don't even have wings. No, it's not a mongoose. So just a regular goose. But what eats what?